Hey, good morning. So I just want to show you guys what I've been doing because I decided that, it's time to start getting busy and getting back to work and making this business happen. Oh, I'm all dirty from gardening. It's time to start getting serious and making moves so that this abundance can come in because I've been stagnant for the last 3 weeks. No, 2 weeks. I plan to wait one more week before I make my big comeback online. But I'm starting today with preparing everything. So I thought when I wake up in the morning, let me just get moving and get busy and just start getting in the dirt and, doing something that's going to nurture my soul, So I came out in the garden and look how much I got done. First off, yesterday I came out and I cleaned up the whole yard. I moved all the flower pots. I got rid of everything and I cleaned the whole yard up. So now I can start preparing my garden beds. There's a big sump here, so I had to layer some new wood over it because the winter messed everything up. So that's safe. I don't like people walking on it, so I put flower pots on top of that. So this is my long garden bed that goes across the house, right? And then over here, I gotta fix this. This is my little experiment. It worked really well 2 years ago, so I've been doing it every year. I dug into. I have to dig it deeper. It's too high right now because so much soil grew. It gets taller as things decompose. So I need to fix this bed. But basically, I dig in about 2 feet under the ground. So from ground level, I go at least a foot under. So from here, it's not 2 feet. It's 1 foot. Sorry. So it's about almost a foot. So I dig in about a foot down, and then I plant all my plants in there. And then I stacked up bricks and I put wood around to try to keep the border intact. And then I put leaves and twigs and mud around the edges, kind of to build a little clay wall, foundation around to keep everything in place. Now it fell apart. This is not how the finished product looks. It got torn up from, the weather. So I have to put the other bricks back in place. I have to fix it. And then I have this big piece of glass that I lay over the top. Now, this isn't the best glass because it's not totally clear, but it does let light in. I found this on the side of the road. So I'm looking to get a new piece of glass that's actually fully clear. But for now, I use this because at least the glass does allow to heat up the soil. And there are some clear spots, so light does get in. Even though it's shaded, you can still see my finger. See, you still get light through it. So for now, that's what I'm working with. This area, I make this a big garden bed where I just put rows. I make this a row garden bed. So I put the big plants along the back edges, and then I go medium in front, and then I do the smaller. And then I just do rows for the rest of it. And then when the seedlings are started, I put poles up, and then I cover it in netting. And then this is going to be completely covered in netting. And I'm going to have all my cannabis growing over here, where it's partial sun, partial shade. Or no, actually, I'll put some, it depends on the strain. Depending on the strain, some of it will probably be right here, and some will be, see how there's that shadow? Some will be in the bright sun, some will be right next to it. Yeah, and then on this side, all the flower pots are stacked up. I have to go through each pot. I have to make sure I pull out all the tubers and everything that was inside and remix up my potting soils and put it all back in. That I dumped out my compost bin right on top of the other flower bed, so I need to deal with this. All those twigs. What I do is I'll go, see how that's so high up see how I have bricks down there? And that's so high up. It's literally 2 feet tall, that pile of just compost. So what I'm going to do is on this side, right, where it's ground level, I go on the garden bed and I dig up. I move the dirt, and in the hole, I come over here and I scoop this. I put it in the dirt, and then I take that surface dirt that I just moved to the side and I put it back on top. So now I'm putting my compost in the garden, underneath. And I'll just go along the whole garden and I'll dig, move the dirt. I'll dig the hole, stick it in, cover it. Dig the hole, stick them in, cover it, and I'll grab a big bin. Or if I had a wheelbarrow, I'd use a wheelbarrow. But for now, I have these big plastic tubs that people buy for storage bins. So I have an old one, and I have it in my shed over there. So I take the bin, and I'll just fill it up with dirt, and I'll drag it over here. And then I just, I dig, compost, cover, dig, compost, cover. And I go along the whole garden. And then by the time I'm done adding this compost in under all my soil, this pile will be gone. all that. And I'm also doing that with these logs because my somebody came and cut some logs down, and they just left me like 5 years ago. They just left me with all these big logs. They didn't even cut it down for me so that I could throw it away, or, well, who throws away wood? You know, burn it, whatever. It's too big. Like, it's so hard to move. Like, it hurts. I hurt myself every time I try to move this log around. So I'm tired of them. So this year, I'm just going to dig a hole and stick the log right under the dirt, and gone. It's going to decompose, and it's going to feed my soil. Problem solved. Yeah, so these are all my flower pots and everything. This is a washer and dryer that I need to put in my shed. Yeah, and then I like to put succulents hanging on those little hanging things. I bought those online. They're pretty cool. They have like 18 spots, so you can put 18 plants. So they work really good for plants that dry out fast, that don't like to sit in wet soil. Plants that like to be dry do really well in those. Yeah, so right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to fix the walkway so it's not so muddy. I got to spray it down with the hose and clean it because it hasn't, I just raked. It's filthy looking. And then I got to fix the ground here. See, it's not really flat. I just started. That was a big mound, and I flattened it out. I think these are too high. I might actually dig these up, dig the dirt in a little, and then lower them in so that they're a little lower, because see how they're raised up. And I don't like tripping on things. See how I've tripped on this before. So these are gonna get, there's a lot of work to be done, but I'm excited because I have a lot of plants, a lot of seeds to put in. And oh my gosh, I have an update. So remember the raspberry experiment? I have the giant raspberry cane. I started it here last summer. Look how big. Whew, it got so big, right? And on the ends, what I did for an experiment, when winter hit, I thought, you know what? It'd be cool if I try to experiment. So I actually dug the end of the plant into the dirt. And both ends of the raspberry were actually under the soil. And so what happened is it actually rooted. And now I have a raspberry plant. I have raspberry plants growing, fresh new bushes growing here. Every is 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's dead. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 new raspberry bushes starting, plus this original, which makes 5. And I'm really upset. I just noticed that this is disconnected. So, yeah. Now I have this one really weird raspberry cane. How strange is that, to have the tip of the plant in the dirt and then a broken stem as the top of the plant? Isn't this a weird setup? Right? That's a weird raspberry plant, right? I'm really curious how this is going to grow. I'm just going to stick this back in the soil like so. See? Experiment part 3. Now we're sticking this deep in the soil. Oh no, I broke it. Shit. Did I break it? No, it's good. Okay. Here we go. More experimenting. So now that's going to grow roots. These already grew roots, so they're going to start popping up this spring. And I still have Old Faithful over here. The OG. Still got OG Mama over here. So we'll put OG Mama. Ow! Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Mommy. Dang, she didn't want to be touched. Ow. I'm sorry, Mama, but I don't want you to get hurt. All right, we're going to have to put her... I'm sorry, I'll be more careful with you, okay? I'll be more careful. Plants are living, right? So what I'm going to do with her, I'm going to carefully twist her through this. Keep her in place. Because she's been blowing every which way, and that's how she broke originally. And then, oh my gosh, what if we did it again? What if we no, that's crazy. Should we do it? No, should we do it? All right, we're going to do it. Forget it. We're not doing it. I'm sorry, baby. We're going to do this instead. All right, we're going to do it again. We're doing it again. We're going to put the tip in here. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I figured it out. That's what we're doing. So how am I going to pull this off? Am I going to stick it in the cage? Am I going to stick this in the cage? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to keep it in the cage because it's sharp and spiky. And I don't want it to get... I don't want people getting stuck on it when they walk by if it's hanging out of the cage. This is hard work. Whew. All right. Okay, we just got to carefully bend it down a little more so it gets to the soil level. All right. Oh, that's kind of cool. So it starts there, goes up, bends, and goes back down to there. And now we're going to stick this into the soil. Okay, I know you don't want to go in, but you gotta let me do it, honey. Thank you. Ow! Oh, I just stabbed myself real hard. Okay, I gotta be more careful with this raspberry. This baby's dangerous. She's deadly. All right, I think I hurt myself like 5 times already on this raspberry bush. Raspberry cane. But anyway, it's interesting to note how the original older stem has this white and the newer parts are more red with less white. So blurry. See, there's only a little of that white. But on this one, it's just completely... Oh, it rubs off. What is that? Huh. It rubs off when you touch it. Oh, no wonder. That's probably why it's not there. I was touching it. All right. Well, that's it. Experiment success. So now we have turned 1 raspberry cane into 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 raspberry plants in 1 year. I started that raspberry cane last spring, and it was only 1 raspberry plant. Now, by the end of this year, I will have 7. It's pretty cool, right? I think that's cool. Yeah, that's about it. Just a little quick garden tour. I just kind of want to give you guys an update of what's going on and how I'm keeping my vibration high. Touching soil, getting my hands dirty, cleaning the yard, feeling accomplished. You know, this all goes hand in hand with my business. So, like, these are things I need to do because I grow organic plants and then I make medicine from them. So taking care of the garden is like it's a really big thing for me. Like, this is a daily thing that I do all year round, except, well, this winter I really didn't prepare for winter gardening, so I didn't garden this winter. But normally I am outside in the winter gardening every day too. For the most part, not as much, but I do tend to garden in the winter usually. So yeah, this is like an all year round thing. Like, it's really important to me to have the plants growing in the garden and to be self-sufficient. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys, you know, what it's like having a garden and the things I do and my little raspberry experiment. So have a great day. Peace.